Yeah.
Just ask questions. It can't hurt you. Except if you start asking what happened at Ruby Ridge in 1982. But that's alright. There's a book for that.
Yeah. Hello, Chinese government. What happened at Tiananmen Square?
The answer? Nothing. See, that didn't hurt you at all. Now, looking in that filing cabinet, that might hurt you. We never said anything about filing cabinets.
You can ask any question you want, but remember, there is no war in Ba Sing Se.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se. Absolutely none.
War? I don't even know the meaning of the word.
Mm-hmm.
I hardly know her.
Killers? I hardly know hers.
Yeah. Surely those are figments of my imagination. I've never heard of those.
Mm-hmm.
But how's everyone's day been?
It's good. I was
Alright.
driving for most of the day.
Oh boy.
In the
And my
rain.
first day off in a while, which was pretty epic.
Nice.
Epic day off.
It was a pretty epic day off, not gonna lie.
The fireworks. Nice. The fireworks grind is nigh. We technically haven't started just yet, but yesterday I went to 4 different stands to program every single item into the register, and then today I had to sit and wait for the electrical inspection, just in Percival though, so.
Okay, that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad at all. Oh look, it is the other goons. Hello, other goons.
Hi. I'm currently fighting with... Never mind, I figured it out.
That's good, that's good.
Fighting with a sleep paralysis demon, I suppose.
Fighting with a child cat.
You're fighting with a child?
I don't know if you should be doing that.
No. Teach those kids a lesson.
Gosh, I once saw this video and it said, despite my frequent arguments with children, my life is full of amusement and merriment.
My, since they upped my meds, I have to take
I'm fighting
a
more
bunch
children.
of pills now. And so
Unknown
Landon
side
got me a
effect.
pill organizer, and it has a child lock, and it bested me.
Oh no.
Oh.
It would help if I wasn't muted. There are ways to remove child locks.
Really?
Not that.
Remove a lock.
Momentarily confusing. Thank you for the input, Caleb.
I meant permanently. Whatever.
I've
I
actually
can just
heard
leave.
you can open child locks. I haven't done it yet, but it's pretty crazy.
One of these days I'll figure it out. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well, I've always found that since they are locks for children, they're fairly easy to open.
It is the
Child-
one
I figured
limiter
it
on
out.
Jamie's power.
Yeah.
Her inability to open child lock.
Child lock?
I
Who's
just...
the parents?
I hardly know her.
We just need to child lock certain parts of, like, Jamie's character sheet, and then we'll be fine. We'll be safe.
Somehow I think that they will find a way to open the child lock for the parts that are the most devious.
But we'll give you time. We'll give you time. Precious minutes. Perhaps even hours.
Maybe.
If we put 2 child locks and a cat in the room, we might have days.
Oh, a cat? You get days. I'm not even gonna touch the lock.
See?
You can put Pete in there. The added fun with Pete is that she's fun and cute, but if you pick her up, she turns into a blender.
I'm gonna create like
Real
this.
issue. Pork chop loves being picked up.
gonna create what, Colin?
I'll create a big-ass escape room, but the end prize is Rango. Jamie will be doing that all day.
I like escape rooms. I'll have it done in 40-minute stops.
But what if there's a child lock in there?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Everything is child-locked.
Everything.
The theme of the theme of the
Puzzle's
fucking
not a problem. Just the child locks.
the theme of the escape room is a nursery, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
A daycare.
Little daycare for little cats. And puzzle solvers.
Yes.
Truly the perfect day.
It is.
But we have a nifty session to get to, if I do say so myself. So, Jamie, can you take it away with the recap?
I guess so. Okay, so where we picked up was immediately after the events of the fight, where at the end of the session previous, Gwyn had revived Newton. So we started there, where Newt and Astrana kind of have a death grip on each other. Not to make a pun, that was a bad choice of words, but like,
yeah, you don't say.
They are holding each other very, very closely. I believe Alfie is still down, and so Anya goes to stabilize Alfie, which works, but my cold is at like 6, so we deforest Fairfield to help with that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Anya makes a fancy new potion that gives you insane luck for what, an hour? For 1 minute.
Mm-hmm.
Which we have now.
Mm-hmm.
So... Sorry, I got distracted because I went out of order. We begin to talk to Gwyn, asking her a lot of questions, starting with, hey, what the fuck? Gently. So, Gwyn tells us that her name stands for General Warframe Yoking Nightmares, which confused her because she thought she picked out her own name, but there are a lot of confusing things going on with Gwyn at the moment, so we figure that's probably the least of the worries at the moment. Gwyn has unlocked a lot of new memories as well, and so she's able to reach in and kind of see what she can remember. She knows that she was made from by her mother from materials coming from Shavaden. She was in before she was in the Skybound Lands. She came from Drenth in a workshop. That's where Gwyn was told to open a portal to the Skybound Lands to pull Alfie in, and ended up pulling everybody else in. And something just kind of went wrong that we don't know what yet. But that's also kind of where she got damaged, I believe we said. And like lost all of her memory, and like programming, you know. We don't remember why she was told to get Alfie. She just was, and that's pretty much what she shares, as far as I know. We
Not
reassure
true.
Gwyn.
Mm-hmm.
Not true.
Gwyn had an idea of why she was looking for you.
Yep.
It was the heat sink, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, knowing that the ability to like take in a lot of heat was of interest, but not knowing why it was of interest, as far as I remember. But we reassure Gwyn that she's okay to stay, you know, and we now know how to deal with her if she turns into Chainsaw Man again. Let's see. Then Anya shared with us about her time after going down, where she had some sort of strange encounter with force of some sort that called her its greatest creation, and could return her, and did return her to battle at the cost of more. More what? I don't know, just more. Let's see. At that point, it's sort of closer to night, so we are kind of hanging out around the fire, and Estrana and Newton now have a conversation as well. Newton has this weird hawk thing going on, he says his name is Michael David, and we go, that's probably fine. That's what Estrana said, at least. The hawk is kind of alone, mentioned stuff about knowing what it's like to die, I believe. And so he and the hawk are talking, and that's probably fine. Super totally fine. Newton and Estrana continue to talk. Estrana's kind of, I guess, insecure in a way about why she's here, considering everybody else has weird, freaky things going on. And Newton points out she also has weird, freaky things going on. Newton is understandably not having a good time at the moment. And he ends up going home. He goes for a walk. Later, Jericho finds out that he ends up going home. I am speaking slowly because I love Newton very much, and this is making me very sad that he's in such pain, so I apologize. So after that, Anya starts to mix some more potions. She has created a potion that when somebody drinks it, they cannot see or talk and are completely invisible for 4 hours, and also completely erases their mind. So that's what that happened. So then we go on to watches. Piero and Jericho have a very, very sweet moment, and Piero suggests that that Gwyn could possibly send them back home once she figured out how. Around this time is when we figure out that Newton went home. Then Gwyn and Jericho have a long conversation as well, where she reveals that she doesn't know how she opened up the portal, but if she can figure it out, she'll try to do it again. And let's see. She doesn't know much about the Skybound lands, just that it's away from the rings. She's going to try to figure out more about this breeze stone, but I didn't have the end of the sentence. She's going to try to figure out more about the breeze stone. She's also trying to recall information about Olwyn, but she knows that she was murdered not by Morgan, but by someone who used to be a friend. The conversation continues on where Jericho and Gwyn both mutually reassure that they don't have issues with each other, really. Gwyn also compliments Piero and says, thank you for doing what you did. Around this time, Alfie also has prophetic dreams about the gibbet, where she finds, first of all, she sees a bunch of weird creatures rolling through lands and villages going east. That's probably fine. Then we see Gibbet in a massive tower. We run in and see him being manipulated, tortured in a sense, for his ability to create things, which causes extreme pain to him. This is being done to him by Morgan. So we wake up and we say, hey, what the fuck? We need to help Gibbet. And so we concoct a plan. Gwyn tells us, so we figure out where it is. It's at the old farmer's temple, I believe. Gwyn tells us that she realized she might be able to teleport us closer, and we say, that's so great, go for it. And then, it, it goes poorly.
Well, I don't know. It could have gone a lot worse.
It
I was
could
about to
have
say,
gone a
it
lot
went pretty
worse.
good.
Yeah.
Fishing pole could have been paste.
Fishing pole could have been
All of
paid,
us could have been paced.
Oh, fish paste.
but we didn't.
Yeah, but fishing pole was an innocent.
Yeah, but it's... So, Henrietta was the only one that escaped unscathed because she found bugs and she was happy. Fishing pole was upset. Everybody was upset. But we start our journey, and I do, while on the journey, try to get as much information about the tower as possible. That ended up with us getting exactly one question each, which we have already gone over in chat. We discussed the Scrimbimbelos as well. We're kind of in like a chicken or the egg situation where it was a folktale, but also created by Morgan. So was the folktale before the creation, or the creation before the folktale, etc. We also don't know where the hell she got the breeze stones from either. But we talked to Gwen about possibly replacing her power source eventually. We also, I believe Jericho ended up using his weird coat ability on Morgan, is that right? He ended up finding that I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. So, she was trying to not just revive Olwyn, but specifically to rip her spirit and trap it, you know? If I remember that correctly. And because for some reason it's not a regular revival, it is like a full, like, housing and trapping the soul. And so we also had a very haunting message about the most panicked person being the most dangerous person. Someone backed into a corner. That's probably fine. We don't have to worry about it. That's probably fine. Gwyn needs to be very careful on this mission because I assume now Morgan knows that Gwyn is not fully on her side anymore, and also, who knows, she could just be activated again, and that is fucked up. Just wanted to clarify. I believe we tried to use the dream sand on Newton as well, to say, hey, we love you, take your time, I'm so glad that you are safe, and, like, take whatever time you need, we love you. Jericho does not end up being able to reach Newton. He can see him, but as he keeps approaching closer and closer, instead he meets somebody called the Necromancer, which is probably fine. 100% probably fine. And it's fine. It's okay.
Very true.
It's fine.
And so, it is here where we begin our session for today. As, at this point, Jericho, you are in a dream, talking to the Necromancer who stands before you. Necromancer, as you look Jericho LeChance up and down, what do you say?
Jericho of the Tattercoat Knights, it is a pleasure to speak with you. Such prophesized heroes, or what you claim to be.
We've been doing our best. Results have been mixed.
I'm aware.
So, the Necromancer. Interesting title. No name to go with it, or just don't want to give it?
I don't think that matters here. What do you want?
I wanted to speak to a friend, provide some reassurance, but apparently that's not happening tonight.
No. You've done what you've done.
Yeah, it's fair. In which case, may I ask you a question?
You may.
What's the distance between he and I?
At this point, like 15 feet in the dream.
Okay. I'll sort of, using the power of the dream sand, summon a box of cigarettes and take one and offer one to him.
I'll be fine.
Treat yourself. I can't help but notice that, much like myself and my fated compatriots, as it were, you don't exactly look like you belong here.
Maybe.
You from the rings?
What does this have to do with here?
It's a question. I haven't seen many other folk with our general appearance, except for those that come from the rings, so just simply curious.
Looks can be deceiving, Tattercoat Knight.
It's a fair point.
Tattercoat Knights.
Mm-hmm.
And how well is that going for you? The prophesized heroes. Are you living up to all the expectations?
No. No.
At least you're honest.
Well. I know a shit show when I see one, and I know it better when I'm a part of one.
Good.
So, any particular reason you've taken an interest in Newton?
Maybe he is the only one who's fit to wear the Tattercoat.
If he is, I wish him luck.
I do as well. Tell me, do you still intend to go after Morgan? Or whatever her name is?
That is our... Sorry?
Continue.
That is our intent at the moment, yes. Why? Do you have any particular reason why we shouldn't?
Well, if you want a chance at being a hero, I would advise not. You won't walk out of there.
Hmm.
I can assure you that I won't be far behind to resurrect your corpses and bring you into the fold.
Well... Oh. Yeah.
However, you could avoid certain death and take me up on a challenge.
Alright. Call me fascinated. What's the challenge?
Currently, my forces have amassed in the Ghost Vale. We are starting a second front to engage Granny Cracklebones and Dr. Quasit.
Hmm.
The challenge is simple. Push Granny Cracklebones out of the tillages before us. Before me. Now, if you manage to remove Granny Cracklebones from the tillages, then I will owe you a favor. However, if I push Granny Cracklebones out of the tillages first, you owe me a favor. And it's only a simple request, but go after Dr. Quasit. There are many places you can find him. He's currently in the Great Kingdom, around the capital, certainly looking for a breeze stone there. He has control over the forest over yonder, where he can likely get to more breeze stones. He is also in the land of falling stars and sweet meadows.
So if we fail to push Granny Cracklebones out before you want us to go after Closet?
Yes.
Hmm.
It may be difficult, but you'll live and have a chance at being heroes and fulfilling some prophecy.
Right. I hope you understand that I am not a monolith. I will have to take this up with my compatriots.
I understand. I won't lie to you. You see, the guys of the Tattercoat Knights that you all are parading will fall soon. The world will figure out that you're frauds, that you're not really the prophesized heroes come to save them. And there will be a vacuum. That vacuum has already started. Quasit, Cracklebones, and I are all vying for the priest stones. Each of us, most of us, in control of at least 3. Whatever you do, whatever wake you leave, I intend to fill it. Whether you die in a futile attempt today, or if you continue to fight these other enemies, it doesn't matter. There is one Tattercoat Knight. He is safe, and he will hopefully bring the title back into the light. You are just pawns in a larger game. So, I advise that you make yourself worthwhile and not throw yourselves away, because maybe, just maybe, you can pull it off and become the main characters.
All right. I'll take what you've said under very serious advisement.
Thank you. Any of the undead you will come across, they won't harm you. Like I said, the Ghost Veil is about to be swarming with them. And from the lands of shadow, we are moving northeast. We intend to push Granny Cracklebones and Quasit into fighting 2 separate fronts.
May I ask, are the 2 of them allied? I was under that impression.
Not that I'm aware. Not that it concerns me. It's too late for them. They decided to be slow, but slow is my strength. I've beat them to it, and they don't see the wave coming.
What is the end game? Domination? Control?
Control of the breeze stones.
And the skybound lands with them?
Yes. I am a villain, aren't I?
One of very few who defines himself as such.
I'm being honest.
Honesty is a virtue.
I have control of 3 right now. Within the next few days, I expect to control a 4th and possibly a 5th.
Hmm.
We're in the end game.
We're getting here late then.
Oh no, you had quite the head start.
Hmm.
You just finally turned our attention.
Of course.
Do you know your prophecies, Jericho?
I know many prophecies, but not my own.
I would suggest you learn them. You're awfully close to the darkest one.
I will bring your offer to the others, and I will try to convince them. The arguments sound sound.
For your own lives, I hope you do.
Upland? Gollum?
Yes.
Is this an interaction I can use my gossip power on?
You could.
Okay. I would like for him to reveal a secret to me.
Gotcha. Then what do you say to this individual to help provoke a secret out of them?
Hmm. You call yourself a villain. And as I said, many who fill that role don't recognize their place in it. You say you're honest, and I appreciate that. But is this always the answer you would have given?
I feel that you may see me as a villain, what you may be opposed to morally. There are much worse things than I. I may want control of the skybound lands, but I don't seek to ruin it. At least not in a sense of others. I don't want to crumble the pieces more than they are and scatter them across the lands. I simply seek control and order.
You seek dominion in the name of defense?
I am forming a contingency. Something to stop. Since the Elder Blood has been released, I don't want all that to come to pass. So, I'm moving how I can.
Hmm.
And if that means upturning the dead, taking control to ensure a unified front and a strong spear tip, then so be it. I expect you to reject that. I expect most to reject it, but it is a necessary evil. And with a Tattercoat Knight alongside us, I do believe that we have what it takes now. Or at the very least soon will be.
So your true Tattercoat Knight, that's your ace in the hole?
If need be. It remains to be seen what other tricks the otter and the witch might have up their sleeve, but I don't expect much.
So far on our brief encounters with the otter, his plans have been scatterbrained, easily defeated. Is that his true mind or just a show?
We had a brief truce to focus on the witch, but he hasn't been moving. You see, the thing is that he's scatterbrained, but he's quick. He can build up forces, amass them, and move them quickly, but he hasn't. Cracklebones takes things at a stride. She can be powerful, but she's not as quick as the otter. But she's done nothing. The thralls of the undead march to a slow beating drum, and we have continued to make hidden movements and move to the beat of our drum. We haven't been moving slow because we have to ensure victory. The others haven't. They've been moving slow and misusing their abilities. I don't know what they have planned, but they can't have planned much if they try and match us.
So you have your thralls of the undead. Closet has his machines and his employees. Cracklebones, she has her magic. But is she alone?
Yes. She has aggravated... Is it Morgan is her name?
As far as I'm aware.
Yes. She has angered Morgan. And ever since one of your members gave up a dagger, the otter and I have seen it fit to remove her to level the playing field a bit. But that was weeks ago. I
Has
haven't
Morgan
talked.
been has Morgan been aggravated to the point that she could be reasoned with?
And she has reasoned with us. We are... I am simply extending my job as a challenge to you.
All right.
Perhaps you'll find some grace if you at least seem to aid us.
Suppose we'll see.
I know that does, in the end, further my gains, but I implore you, do not go and engage her.
It'll be a difficult argument.
Your
Morgan.
lives depend on it.
I believe you. I trust that. But it will still be an argument. Morgan holds something we're trying to get back.
Very well. Good luck then. I have nothing more for you.
I will try to argue, and I will do my best to do it. Believe that.
Okay. It's time for you to wake up. Goodbye.
Bye.
Are you ending the dream then, Necromancer?
Yep.
Then, the swipe of your fingers, Jericho, you feel yourself thrust out of the dream until you were sitting around a familiar campfire, waking up in the morning.
Are the others awake yet?
They're just beginning to wake up. Thank you, Keenan.
I will go and stand by the fire and wait for everyone to congregate.
Gotcha. Then, as the morning comes and all of you start to congregate, what you do in Tattercoat Knights?
How was Newton? How did it go?
I don't know. We need to talk.
Yes, of
Did you
course.
not
What's wrong?
reach him?
All right, here's what happened. I tried. I did. But when I arrived, I saw Newton. Briefly. He was in the distance. He was fishing. Of course he was fishing. And, sort of... Next to him, I saw a person. Figure. Couldn't make many details out at first, but they were talking with Newton. Seemed to be a friendly conversation. Newton was smiling. Jovial. And as I tried to approach, I couldn't. They stayed at a far distance from me. Couldn't get any closer. And eventually this figure spotted me. Approached me. Introduced himself as the Necromancer. I presume you guys remember that spear that Bungle tried to sell us?
Vaguely, yes.
Was from one of this guy's soldiers.
Oh, the Spear of the Revenant?
Yeah. This guy, he started talking to me. He knew who I was, knew who we were. And he highly advises against our current course of action.
Why?
He says that if we go to Morrigan's temple, we are going to die. And then when he gets here, he's going to raise our corpses and use them as more fodder for his army.
Oh.
Instead, he gave us a challenge. Challenges us. He has an army that he's built up. I believe it was the Ghost Lands. Ghostvale. They're coming this way. His challenge to us is to push Granny Cracklebones out of the tillagers before he gets here. If we succeed in doing that, he will owe us a favor. If he gets here first and he pushes her out of the tillagers before we do, then we will owe him a favor. This favor entailing us going off to remove Closet in all the places he has wormed his way into.
Supposed to do this? Morgan has gibbet.
I know Morgan has given. It apparently, from how he described it, it sounds like Morgan approached him and perhaps Closet to aid in the removal of Granny Cracklebones. He is passing this task along to us in exchange for this favor, if we succeed.
If we do get this favor
This
from
motherfucker's
him,
outsourcing.
if we get this favor from him, maybe we can enlist his help in getting the gibbet back.
It's a possibility. I don't know how much we want to do that, but it's possible. Apparently he, Granny Cracklebones, and Closet are the current forerunners in a race to conquer all the skybound lands and collect all the Breezestones in which to do it.
And why do we want to help someone who wants to conquer all the skybound lands?
Because it means removing another of the forerunners off the table.
And I suppose having one of the forerunners owe you a favor is, well, it's favorable for us.
Yeah. Also, there's a second part to this. He doesn't think we're actually the Tattercoat Knights. He thinks we're a bunch of frauds. He thinks that there is one Tattercoat Knight and that he has access to him. I can't be certain of this, but from the way he spoke, I have a feeling he meant Newton.
Why is he trying to keep us from dying? If he's the necromancer and all, thus dying sounds like a pretty good deal for him.
Well, he seems to think that everywhere we go, we're going to be leaving behind us power vacuums. Power vacuums that he can then fill. Essentially, the longer we're alive, it's less work for him. As soon as we die, as soon as he absorbs us into his armies, we're just more foot soldiers.
And where is Granny Cracklebones now, then?
Where is that giant cloud coming from again?
In the west.
I'm guessing that direction.
I've had a bad feeling about just kind of letting that fester. I do want to deal with her.
Also, if I'm remembering correctly, Base the Mountain, we're not too far from where we met her the first time. The Necromancer also informed me that the reason why Granny Cracklebones has become such a eminent problem is because of her new access to the Elder Blood.
So then it kind of is our responsibility to deal with her.
I would say that was true already, but yes.
But I meant extra so.
I suppose if you want to define it that way, yes.
I suppose it's not the worst turn of events that we could go deal with her. I did suggest that a few weeks ago, I think. I guess
I was unaware that this was a three-way race to world dominion until about an hour ago. So,
I don't think any of us were.
I mean, sure, Quasit talked about conquering the Skybound lands a lot, but I thought that was mostly talk.
I didn't really take him that
Yeah, I didn't
seriously.
really think he had
either.
real skin in the game.
Apparently he does. That's on
Quite
us.
a bit.
Well, evidently, according to Mr. Necromancer, the three of them have different, let's call them skill sets in this whole effort. He is slow in his forces. They're amassing and they're marching, but they're strong. Closet, he's a scatterbrain, as we sort of assessed ourselves, but he is also fast. So, I mean, I don't know about you all, but I heard the story of the tortoise and the hare growing up.
Yes.
Long as the hare isn't lazy. And as far as I can tell, Closet's a lot of things. He doesn't seem lazy. He's constantly making up new stuff.
Yeah. I think we should do as this man says, at least for now. Don't think we should be doing it forever, but
At least
just
getting
my-
that favor will be good for us.
Mhm.
And
I'm in
inclined to
agreeance.
believe his warnings about facing Morgan.
Yeah. Also, by the way, when we did my turn on Alfie's head, and we found out that there were signs for us pointing deeper into the temple, yeah, I think it's a bad idea. I'm inclined to believe him when he says we die in the effort.
having a favor from someone who allegedly has an undead army, that would be helpful.
Could be
And
yes.
And at least, if he is a threat later on, if we're on his side to at least deal with two of our major threats, then we'll only have to deal with one at the end.
That's true. I don't believe that this is a thing we should make a habit out of, to be clear. I do think, though, that this favor could be useful.
Oh, of course, that's...
And of course, we should be taking Granny Cracklebones out anyways, so
And the sooner we do
it
that,
pushes.
better.
Yeah, it pushes up our schedule, but I think it's a good idea. Also, he said that the reason he, Quasit, and Cracklebones are in the front of this race is because each of them has at least 3 breeze stones.
Oh my god.
If we take out Granny Cracklebuns, we could take her 3. That would put us with 4.
That is true.
Unless he takes them from us.
That is also true. We'll say, though, that maybe if he backs us into a corner, that can be our favor, is that we keep him. I prefer not. I prefer to get a bonus flavor, but worst comes to worst, I think.
Right then, I guess... New plan. Crack her bones. Right.
Genuinely, Jericho is holding back a smile just a little bit.
He's in no mood to smile, but they will give a pity smile.
That material is wasted on you.
I guess that's okay. I hate leaving the gibbet for longer than we already have, but I guess we can hopefully use the favor to help him somehow.
I would like to, you know what? No. That's a thing we can talk about when we actually secured the favor. Let's not... Jericho's about to say, count our eggs before they hatch, but then he looked at Henrietta and he's like, nah, I'm not bringing up eggs.
Henrietta's just like pecking around, just not even in this conversation.
Count our tadpoles before they metamorph.
Count our butterflies before they pupate? No.
Count our favors before we earn them.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Let's
go.
just be
Hey,
straightforward.
there we go.
Let's not hide the message.
So then, what is your goal, Tattercoat Knights? What are you intending to do?
Find Granny Cracklebones.
And get her out of the tillages quick.
And reclaim the Elder Blood Dagger.
And get those delicious bree stones away from her.
So we have a few different goals.
Sounds like a simple plan.
Silly
Listen,
Granny! Bree
Listen,
stones
Alfie,
are
if you
for
don't want
us.
it, I'll take it. Then that's a conversation we should have had a lot.
So, how are you
Yeah.
attempting to find Granny Cracklebones?
Oh, I gotta tab over to the map.
Well,
I mean,
sort
we
of-
know northeast of the Ghost Vale. But that...
I sure wish we had anybody that could do divination.
Listen, I can only do that once a day. I want to see if we can figure something out
If we
before I
start
try it.
marching,
She'd also, if
I can
we
also.
divine on her, that'll
She'll
give
know.
her
Yeah,
a
she
warning
might
we're
will
coming.
know.
That's
If we just fucking teleport in, then that will probably go better for us. Not give her any additional heads up that we're coming.
Well, we probably know based on what he said that she is in the tillages.
Yes.
Mhm.
And did he say for sure northeast of the Ghost Vale?
That's what I have down. I'm trying to figure out how that works, but
I
I
don't
guess
think
if maybe he's
he's-
coming from...
I don't think he said that's where Granny Cracklebones was.
Well, he said his army would be moving northeast, and presumably his army is moving towards her.
He said an army would be heading northeast.
It's probably not from the Ghost Vale specifically.
Not necessarily his, and not necessarily for Granny Cracklebones. We met Granny Cracklebones here-ish, right?
You met her to the northwest of Fairfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just walked out of Fairfield and went there.
I
My
personally think there's... I mean, she's got her whole setup there. I think it would make sense if she stayed there. Or at least if we went there, we could probably find a trail of where she went, if nothing else.
As far as we could tell when we were in Fairfield, did it seem like the sort of darkened sky was coming from that direction?
It was coming from that direction, but it was far wider in scope than
Okay.
there specifically. Yeah, in general, that general area was when you last saw her, but the clouds were coming from, I mean, all over the western side of the tillages.
Gotcha. Okay.
My vote is still heading towards where her camp at least was before.
I'm inclined to agree with you, just because the sort of amassing dark sky, we assigned that to her because she was the last person we had dealt with that sort of tracked with, but it could also be coming from the Necromancer's forces amassing.
I think. Let me go back to it real quick. I mean, Alfie saw the clouds in their dream as well, it seemed like. So they could also be linked to Morgan.
I think I went the wrong direction to be from Morgan.
The things were moving. The creatures Alfie saw were moving east, presumably toward Morgan, since Morgan's in the Far East right now.
Sure.
Ah, we're getting helpful arrows.
Yes. So I'm in agreement with well, so Granny Cracklebones has at least 3 breeze stones, and she's in the tillages, so it would make a kind of sense if we should also maybe check near here, the location that we know a breeze stone was. Now, granted, we couldn't teleport there. We'd have to walk. So I do think it makes sense to still teleport to where we met her the first time, and then sort of start traveling in that direction.
Yeah, I would say teleport to. I mean, the last place we know for sure she was, which would be her camp, and then if she's not there, we can check out other places.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I mean, that sounds good to me.
Can I evens or odds something, Colin?
Sure.
In the context of a good outcome being getting the goal that we are looking for, and a bad outcome being we don't get the goal that we're looking for.
That being pushing Granny
Finding,
Cracklebones out?
yeah, finding Granny Cracklebones. in this context, a good outcome is finding her, a bad outcome is not finding her.
Mhm.
Should we venture into the center of where these clouds are going? And I will call odds again.
Okay.
Or coming from, I should say, the center of where the clouds are coming from.
No. That would not align with your goal.
Okay, thank you. So let's go to her camp.
We probably shouldn't teleport directly in. Just
Yeah,
in. Yeah.
And
But
pop
yeah.
a portal right above her.
Just
I
drop
just
all
wanted to
of
drop
us on
in for
our
dinner.
heads.
Fall onto her.
No,
Hey, Gwen, you
wouldn't
Gwen,
it
you still
suck
have that
if
like
you
super
opened
heavy
a portal
armor, right?
Under
Hell yeah,
her?
I do.
Oh my gosh, beat cannon moment.
We could
We're the
open a
meat.
portal under her and then drop her from orbit.
I don't think that's how our portals work.
I
I'm
think
not
it is.
Doctor Strange.
Don't worry. I think you are, and I love you.
Oh, thank you. Now, if we put a portal outside of her spawn room. Alright, in that case,
So yeah,
if
I think
you
just like a
guys...
bit outside her camp.
Yeah.
Far enough away that she can't hear a horse screaming.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, or would you like me to open one now?
I think
Yeah,
it's
Or maybe
faster
we
the
can get
better.
back into Fairfield, if not storm her immediately, but I can try to open one. I can maybe even try closer to the ground this time.
Okay.
That would
We
be
should probably
very
also decide
appreciated.
where we're. What did you say?
Going closer to the ground would be very appreciated. What were you
I
saying,
also think
Rana?
we should decide what direction we're trying to push her. If we're just trying to get her to run, we should probably, box her in a little bit
We should push
Or
her
with that route
somewhere.
open.
Yeah, we should push her somewhere where there's less people. Perhaps the forest over yonder?
Maybe.
Wrong direction for her to travel, though.
Yeah.
And if the Necromancer wants her out so badly, he can deal with her in the Ghost Vale.
Yeah, I think if we're trying to push her toward the Ghost Veil, we should probably, if we come at her from like around here and try to force her this way.
West. That works.
That would, but how are we posing a threat to force her out?
Violence, blood, tearing.
Well, yes, but I think she might have a one up on us right now.
Yeah,
From someone who will remain nameless.
I was just kind of thinking brute force. I don't really know if we pose enough of a threat to her for that, but I mean, we don't have to kill her. We just have to make her think it's not worth sticking around.
Also, secondary thought. Gwen, it was a bit overshadowed by the events immediately following it, but you do know how to work with lead better now, don't you?
Yes, I do. Why did something happen?
Little thing. But we wanted that at the time because it could help us possibly approach Granny Crocklebones with her being unable to detect us, or at least being it harder for her to detect this approach.
Mm-hmm.
And you have the capability now, so I don't know what condition Fairfield's at the moment, but is in at the moment, but maybe we could get some lead there and you could work it into something we can use.
Maybe. We could see if Sizzle has anything that I could work with.
Sizzle's probably left.
I would think so, yeah. But
Hmm.
some of his stores might have been left behind. It's hard to carry raw metal.
Mm-hmm.
How long would it take you to do this, though? Because we also... I mean, like you said, Jericho, tortoise and the hare, the Necromancer is probably always progressing.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, although if we use Sizzle's stores and his facilities, I might be able to make something faster than I would be able to on the fly.
Let's not forget that I did brew this yesterday, and Anya will pull out the extreme luck potion.
Are you going
Also
to
be
tell us
helpful?
about the... Wait, did you already tell us about the horrible, awful potion as well?
I believe I most certainly did.
Okay.
I don't think you gave us details, but you told us you made a horrible, awful potion.
I did.
I wonder if we could use the horrible, awful potion as a poison of sorts on weapons.
I have several horrible, awful potions. You see, I still have the one that makes all powerful creatures want to kill you for an hour, and maybe that's what we do. Maybe that's what we use on her. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So
Does- Can attacking her with a weapon coated in it work, or is it something she has to actually swallow?
well,
Or perhaps injected somehow?
Yeah, we get a needle.
Once again, if I had a nickel for every time we had to inject someone with something forcefully in a campaign, I would have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
So
make a needle out of lead and give her that, and also lead poisoning.
would the potion that makes all powerful creatures want to kill you for an hour still work if it was injected into Granny Cracklebones?
If it was fully injected, yes, it would work. And like it would have varying degrees depending on the amount you got actually injected.
Okay, and I imagine this is the same with the other potion that makes you can't talk, see? Or it makes you invisible for 4 hours and erases your mind.
Yeah. Like, again, to varying degrees. You would have to get the full injection for it to fully work, but...
And I imagine coating it in weapons would kind of make it less effective.
It would, like... You know, it's designed to be drank, but, like, it would still have some effect on a weapon.
Yeah, and it's kind of hard to coat a slug.
Is it safe to assume that if we go the injection route, we have to get through her stamina in order to do anything with it? We have to actually take a health block while trying to inject her?
Yeah. Because stamina is just, like, the avoiding of getting hit, while health blocks and armor blocks are, oopsie, I got hit, but I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she may
I don't.
She may know divination, but I mean, there's a chance she doesn't know that we're coming exactly to, harm her, deal with her. Maybe we can somehow talk her into drinking this awesome potion in trade for something that she'll give to us.
I don't think that's going to work.
Yeah, I don't know. Also, I'm not sure if the make powerful creatures want to kill you potion is a good idea, because
Yeah, I think the other one would be better, because then we'd have to deal with everything that wants to kill her.
that, and also isn't like the problem with the dagger that she has that she gets stronger when she fights things.
You're right. I forgot about the details.
And
I tried not to think about it.
if the only problem would be then that we are dealing with an invisible, mindless hag with a super weapon. But maybe we could have a contingency of sorts where we have a potion that lets us see invisible things. Maybe, Anya, you brew things.
Do we know any more details as to what
bag of flour?
Do we know any more details as to what mindless means? Like, would she no longer be able to speak or walk?
Mm.
The note is erases their mind.
I'm assuming it would leave things like muscle memory, because I'm not going to
Well-
go into the studies in our world, but like breathing, walking, things like that. But her memory of everything that she is, was, and has done before might be obliterated.
It's safe to assume any active, conscious, intellectual thought is going to be obliterated. That's going to be gone.
And is that a permanent effect, or is that only for 4 hours?
That's a permanent effect.
Okay. I mean, you are putting a lot of faith in my ability to brew things. You see, every time I try to brew things with intent, it comes out into a potion that makes it so you can't talk, see. It makes you invisible for 4 hours and completely erases your mind. So do not put a lot of stock in me making something specific and that you would want.
Well, maybe then, though, it would. We'd get something horrible that we can use against her. It's a win-win.
Exactly. I will need things to put in it, though. Right now, I mean, I have some fabric, and I mean, I have the buttons Gwyn gave me. I have rocks. I wonder how rocks would do. If only I had a cigarette gibbet. Gibbet cigarette.
Here.
This will do nicely, and I'll summon my potion pot,
All right.
and I will toss in the cigarette. I'll tear a small bit of the fabric that I had gotten, probably the gold. I'll tear a fair bit of the gold, and I'll put 2 buttons that Gwyn made in.
Okay. Then go ahead and roll 1d10.
I got a 9.
9. Then as you get done brewing this potion, you create a potion that gives you superhuman senses for 1 hour.
Okay. So this one, it doesn't have a horrible, awful effect. What it does is that it gives superhuman senses for 1 hour. The most
I mean, that's
useful
useful.
thing I've made.
I don't know if it's the most useful thing. It's the one with the most obvious application.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it last? An hour?
Yeah.
1 hour.
Can you repeat what it does? It kind of cut out for me a second.
Superhuman senses.
Nice. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so what's the plan? We have Gwyn make a needle. We inject her with the mind-wiping potion. Someone drinks the other potion so they can see her in case she tries anything.
Well, superhuman senses doesn't really make it so you can see invisibility. You might be able to hear her, actually.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking, is even if you can't see her, you'd still be able to notice her.
And then a large bag of flour.
Well, if we can, I think it'd also be good for Gwyn to try and see if she can make those lead symbols we talked about. See if we can mask our approach somewhat. So I guess that does mean that we're boarding back to Fairfield? I guess is our destination?
Yeah.
Does that sound right to everybody?
It does to me.
That sounds right. Are we... I mean, Jericho, you said this, about Morgan, but your point about, cornered animals. Are we sure that, erasing Granny Cracklebones' logic might do us more harm than good?
I'm not certain on that point.
I
Right
think if
now,
she has logic, she'll know running away is a better bet.
Well, also, if her mind is erased, she'll not have any recollection of what exactly her plan was.
No, but if she still has her magic, she could just start using that willy-nilly.
I mean, I suppose it's a possibility, but what other plan do we have right now?
I mean, I think,
Beating her up the old-fashioned way.
yeah, like I said, we don't need to kill her, we just need to drive her away. Weaken her enough, she wants to get out of here. Maybe if we can disarm her, take the dagger away, that could be enough.
I mean, if we can get the dagger,
Making her mindless would make it easier to get the dagger.
yeah,
The
Unless
dagger's-
she just starts swinging with it.
We have no guarantee she's going to be doing that. We have no
we
guarantee
don't have. Yeah.
she won't or will, but
The thing is, though, if she does just start singing with it, she'll be invisible while she does it.
the dagger won't be.
Is that how that works?
No.
Yeah.
Damn,
I
didn't
think
realize the
any
dagger
like
could
thing that's on you would also turn invisible.
Granny Cracklebones is invisible, but none of her equipment or clothing is. So it's just a full loading rags and a backpack.
I just think that erasing her mind will just make her unpredictable, and that will make her more of a threat.
I mean, she's unpredictable to start with.
I mean, we know some of what she wants now, though. And I mean,
Yeah, world domination.
yeah. And, she can probably be relied on to, get going if things get rough. She doesn't seem like the type of person to just throw her life away over a nothing fight, but that might change if we erase her mind.
I mean, do we think it would be any of use to try to reason with her before fighting?
I really don't know if it is. I would like to be able to get out of this without a fight.
Me too. I just don't think we have anything that she would want more than the dagger right now.
Yeah, no. Don't.
Don't think we should be giving her anything else.
No. I agree. So I'm not sure if the potion is the best way to go about dealing with it, but I think that either way, we need to get to Fairfield.
Well, I liked the potion plan the best. It was the most put together plan.
I think it might be our best shot.
Do we want to take an official vote on it?
Well, I guess that's what it's come to.
Right?
Alright, I vote no potion.
I vote for the potion plan.
I vote no potion.
I vote no potion.
I vote potion, but I think we're already outvoted.
What
3
should
to
we do? if we would like, is prepare the potion as backup, just in case.
I'm fine with it being a backup option.
Depending on how much time we have.
Yes.
And
Materials
what
allow.
else would you
Whatever
like
Gwen
me
wants
to
to
try
do with the lead first. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. What else would you like me to try to make with lead? What do we think would be helpful here?
We talked about making some things we could wear around our necks to prevent her from divining on us.
Right, I can try to work on that if you know of any sort of, like, I don't know, protection sigils or symbols or anything that might help. I can make those into some sort of necklace.
Well,
amulet,
first, do
something.
you know any new ones now that you have some memory back?
Do I call it? Do I know anything about divination now?
Not really. Like you know the general principles of artificing, so you think you might be able to get there and like piece together
Okay.
enough runes and magic to kind of do the
Yeah.
thing. But like specifically this is more like inventing the wheel instead of being like, yes, here are the blueprints for constructing a bridge. This
Yeah.
is you going, well, based on physics and gravity, I think I can make this bridge.
Yeah.
As a
do I-
diviner, do I know any like methods of prevent like people who would try to defend themselves against me?
I mean, lead, amethyst, like certain protection wards, although like you don't know specifically how to create them.
Okay.
And like there's like a million different ways to do it. It's like, oh, like there are some runes that very specifically shunt your gaze aside from these, or there's some that just like brick wall, like just make a black hole for your vision. There are others that basically put you in like a room that's mirrors on all side, so you're just seeing you looking at the future, looking at the future, looking at the future, tracking you that way. Like mages and artificers are a creative bunch, and they can do a lot of things. It all just depends on what method they're trying to use, and some are more effective than others. And usually the most effective way is layers, and doing the same thing over and over and over again. So if you bypass layer 1, you still have layers 2 through 100.
Gotcha.
For because Astrana doesn't really know she has the mind reader power, she wouldn't know of the protections against it, I assume, right?
Correct.
Okay. Damn. I don't think she would have the information to relay that then. Or any kind of... Oh well.
Well, again, regardless of what the sort of definitive plan is, we need to get to Fairfield.
So you guys going to Fairfield?
Yeah,
Yes.
I will try to open up a portal and attempt to see if I can focus on making it not a million feet in the air. See if I can get at least closer to the ground, if not on the ground.
Are you giving us a countdown this time?
I will give us a countdown this time.
All right. So 3, 2, 1.
I grab like Gwyn's arm.
Gotcha. Then as you begin to activate it, at this moment, you all feel yourselves beginning to fall upward. The way it works is falling into the sky as you travel upon the breeze, going up and up and up. Gwyn, go ahead and make for me a spirit check to see how well you can control this flight.
Spirit check. Okay, I'm not good at that. Alright.
Astrana's just clutching onto Henrietta close to her chest.
I'm gonna reroll both of those. That's gonna be a 0.
Oh,
0?
Oh!
Oh, God.
Sorry.
That as you begin falling through the sky, eventually you notice the clouds start to darken as thunder begins to crash. The dark clouds are now over Fairfield as you're tumbling through massive thunderclasts through the sky, end over end, no control as the winds buffet you around a mile in the air.
Can I activate my anti-crash?
Sure. Go ahead and activate anti-crash. Make a physical save for me.
Physical save is so much better. Alright. I am gonna use 2 rerolls on that.
Okay.
3 successes.
3 successes. Then, as you activate your anti-crash, you can begin to like slow yourself and others as you reach out. You already have Jericho. Who else are you reaching out for?
I am gonna try to get everyone if I can. Do I have a limit here?
You have 2 hands. You have one on Jericho. Who's the next?
Where is Astrana? Can I grab Astrana?
Astrana is flying end over end, but you could like grab an ankle as Alfie.
I'm gonna try to grab her.
Yeah, as Alfie, Anya, and Fishing Pole are still tumbling in the air.
I'm gonna yell at everyone to grab on.
Yeah, I'll try to like swim my way over it.
Desperately grabbing for Gwyn.
Desperately grabbing for Gwyn.
Suppose
Okay.
That the thunder and whatnot counts as a weather effect that I can ignore because I haven't gotten to use that yet.
I mean, yeah, it is something you can ignore.
Nice.
As you can go ahead and make a physical check at benefit 1. And on it, you can just make a flat physical check.
Oh no.
Can I reach out to try and help? Or would that
I mean,
make me
I'm
stop?
assuming you are doing that, yes.
Okay, cool, yeah.
Three successes.
Very nice. Then you're able to go ahead and grab on to Astrana as you're falling.
Alright, 1 success.
1 success. Then, as you all are tumbling, lightning crashing, Jericho, Anya starts flying towards you, and like your fingertips touch Anya, and then you hear meh as a fucking fishing pole horse goes and slams into Anya as they both go tumbling off into the dark clouds.
Oh no.
Oh shit!
As Anya, you're like on the side of fishing pole as he's just going meh, meh, just over end over end, end over end. As you look down, you're like the rain is stinging against your cheeks, and you see ground rushing up 1,000 feet to impact.
Oh, I'm gonna grab on top of fishing pole.
No!
What do you mean no? It's either this or I become
Use your weird magic!
Well, I can't use my weird magic to float. We tried that before, remember?
Try it again!
Oh, poor fishing pool, we hardly knew ye.
No! Please don't.
Are
I
any, of,
don't have another option.
are any of the rest of you trying to do anything to reconnect to Anya or fishing pole?
Trying to grab Anya.
Alright, well, you guys are like a ways away then. Like, how are you trying to like get over navigating through this storm?
I'm ignoring a weather effect and just navigating us over there by swimming and pulling.
Swimming and pulling?
This way,
So-
this way, this way.
So, with psionic, I can't drag her towards us, right?
You could.
I could.
I
I'm
will-
gonna try that.
Well, it has a weight capacity, I believe, correct?
It does. I'm just unclear as to how that functions with dragging something that weighs less than that while it's falling midair and is attached to someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, how does air resistance factor in?
So, I mean, it's going to be less. Like, what is your actual capacity?
The capacity is 10 pounds.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Like, it's not less.
No.
So, like, you can
Okay,
give, like, a slight nudge for them.
No, okay. Take Maple.
You want me to take your cat and not you?
Take Maple.
Okay.
Could I try to use the breeze stone to, and the anti-crash to like shift our descent to go further towards Anya?
I mean, you all can begin doing that. I'll have Alfie and you go ahead and make physical checks. Alfie at advantage. Jericho, you can go ahead and make a mental check to try and get the cat.
Okay. Well, this isn't her last wish.
I'm gonna do 2 rerolls.
Do I want to use rerolls on the cat?
Is that
When you
Yes,
said Alfie had
please.
advantage, did you mean
4
benefit?
successes?
Benefit, yeah.
Yeah, I assumed benefit 1, which is what I rolled with. That is 4 successes. Maximum.
All right, roll another d6.
Yes!
2 successes.
I'll use a point on the cat.
Okay.
Okay, 2 successes.
Nice.
That is a 2 on the d6.
Gotcha. So, nothing for you. At this point then, as everyone begins to try and glide through the air, getting closer to the falling Anya, you get to within probably like 50 feet as Anya is clutching onto the side of fishing pole. At this moment, you reach out, Jericho, with your psionics. As Anya, you feel Maple beginning to levitate. Up! Help! I'm being grabbed! Help! Help! And
Go to them.
are you like just shoving Maple towards them, Anya?
Yes, and as soon as Maple touches them, I'm using feline flicker.
Gotcha. Then, as Maple goes into your arms, Jericho, you watch as Anya's coat shimmers this bright iridescence as she is then clutching onto your side, teleporting right to Maple.
Oh, I forgot you could do that.
Oh, putting the cat back in the coat, putting the cat back in the coat.
Yeah, as you like stuff the cat back in the coat, now all of you just watch as your horse is just going meh, as it's like slow motion descending
God.
into the center of the town. One last gasp. Were you doing anything?
I don't suppose that I can. This is a really stupid thing. I don't suppose I can take the guard action and then give fishing pole plus 10 shield rating.
Sure, you can do that.
Okay. How many rounds do we have where I can keep doing this?
1.
Okay, he can have a plus 10 shield rating. That's everything that I can do for him.
Gotcha. Then, as impact is imminent, you watch as fishing pole gives one last bleh, as in that moment there's impact, and you watch as the ground bends, going down and up as fishing pole is launched back up into the sky, almost like a trampoline. Boing, 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 as like the ground is like rubber at this point. As with the power of the breeze stone, just makes the ground rubber. Now, you still lose a health block, fishing pole does. It doesn't kill the horse, though.
Oh my god, I'm so glad. Holy shit.
As the rest of you just, like, float to the ground, but because of the air brakes of Gwyn, the last time you didn't really notice it, because it was just this light, soft tap onto the ground.
Okay, so we can just fall next time.
We'll lose a health
No,
block.
we'll lose them.
You'll lose a health block, yes, but if you're not going anywhere dangerous...
It's still a good thing to avoid, if possible.
Correct.
Is Granny Cracklebones' place
Is north
close enough travel-wise we could leave fishing pole, like, here in town?
Well, we'll talk about that, because
I was about to say.
at this moment,
Oh,
as
okay.
you're looking around the town is empty. There's nobody in Fairfield. It is completely and utterly deserted. As you stand here under these dark, thunder-filled skies, as the rain begins to fall. As you look around, I mean, it does look like everyone just all of a sudden up and ran for the most part.
Okay, we need to scour.
Right, we should move quickly.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Let's.
Gonna try to find Fizzle's shop.
When we were here the first time, were there any other smithies?
There were a few.
Okay, let's go to Fizzle's first.
Gotcha. Then, as you're on the way to Fizzle's store, in the middle of the street, as you're moving through, you see the body of like this large creature. Kind of like this black, decayed, almost kind of like rotten flesh. Body more again like kind of that strange like fungal bloom at the top. It's the creature that you saw in your vision, Alfie, one of many who are here. And Anya, as you're looking at the black desiccation, something triggers in the back of your mind. You remember someone mentioning a disease like this long ago. This was what Willis had gone to cure when he left all those years ago. At least based on the description, but gosh, now that you're looking at the flesh, it seems so close to what was mentioned to you.
Oh, God, it's here.
What?
What is?
It's all the signs are here. How is it here in the skybound lands? My step-parent went to go and investigate this disease, this sarconophage. This ravaged the primordial ring.
Oh, the creatures I saw in my dream the other day.
Looking at the corpse, I know we don't remember seeing this before, but is this the dead Scrimbimbla that Henrietta fucking murked, or is this
No,
just a different thing?
this is a
Oh, this is
different thing.
different.
Does it look like
Okay.
the Scrimbimbolo?
I don't. Maybe they decay super weirdly. I don't know.
Sorry, I didn't put you guys on the map for it. This is what it looks
Oh.
like.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that is really weird. But maybe something we can look into more later, though?
I'd prefer if we stayed away from it.
I don't know if we can do that, but, right, let's start looking at smithies for now, I think.
Gotcha. Then, I mean, you have the smithies here. You can see that, you know, some of the stores were even, like, left open. That you can just walk in and help yourselves to the material. There's not, like, a ton here, but they do have some stuff that you can use.
Do they have lead and amethyst?
Amethyst, no. They do have some lead, yes.
Okay. Well, beggars can't be choosers. Let's work with what we've got.
Yeah, I'll take basically any lead I can get my hands on here. Is there like a one of their forges I can work with? Like, did they leave behind like tools and equipment and stuff that would be a lot
Yeah.
easier than just
Mm-hmm. I mean,
okay.
obviously, looking at it, they probably took some of their tools and equipment, but the vast majority of the stuff they left. I mean, this was a quick flight from the town, it looks like.
Okay. Guess first off, I'll try to use what I can to see if I can make a syringe out of lead.
Making a syringe out of lead would be difficult, but you can go ahead and make an artificing check to see if you can pull it off.
Okay. That's physical plus 3d6. Oh, since I'm using lead, I get to use the advanced rare mineral upgrade, right? Okay.
Yep, if you'd like.
Gotcha. Oh, is that like a once per session thing, using the rare mineral update? Oh, it is. Okay. I feel like I should save that if we're building other shit, so I'll just use my artificing.
Okay.
You don't have to make the syringe out of lead. You could try to make that out of something else.
I mean, we want to keep it hidden from her. This is my thought for it. Try make it this way first. And I will use... Huh?
Oh, I was just going to say, I think since the syringe is the backup and we don't have a lot of lead, we should probably do the lead we're wearing first and use whatever's left on the syringe.
Yeah, I already rolled, but for that's what I was saving my advanced rare mineral usage and the accelerated artificing for. So I will use a few hero points on this roll, though.
Okay.
Use 2 more. 4 successes for the syringe.
4. Then, as you take some time carefully drawing out the lead, it is a crude instrument, but one that will work nevertheless. As after a few hours, you alert the rest of the Tattercoats that you have produced 1 lead syringe.
Right. And then I want to get started on working on things we can actually wear. Would I have any memory of like wards that Morgan would have used to protect herself?
I mean,
or like anything we would have seen from spying on the temple as well?
Like vaguely, you don't really have a lot of that information. It's more like, how are you trying to circumvent someone looking at you, seeing into the future on you? Like, what is the goal of this item? How is it manipulating the flow of magic?
Well, I think I'd be aiming to, I guess, redirect Granny Cracklebones' vision away from us.
Gotcha. Are you directing it to anything in particular?
Would I be able to give her like a false vision of what we're doing?
You could certainly attempt that.
Like what I'm thinking of right now is like the fucking action movie thing where they put something else over a security camera to make it look like there's not shit going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like give her a vision of us just like traveling somewhere else, you know?
Yeah.
So like some sort of ward that we could wear that would just give her an innocuous vision of something else we're not doing, like traveling. Is
You-
what I'm gonna try to do.
Gotcha. You can certainly attempt that. I'm assuming you're trying to use lead and attempting to carve runes and infuse
Yeah.
these items with magic. Usually for these, you have a type of gemstone or some magical source that you would be tapping into. Is there anything that you would be using to try and power these weapons aside from just like latent magic around you?
I'll ask the rest of the party if they have anything that they would be able to, that might be able to use as a power source. I mean, the only thing I have that's like gem adjacent is my hunk of bismuth. I don't know if Anya would have anything that would work as like a gemstone.
I mean, Anya would have lots of rocks and such. Probably not gemstones, but if you think a cool rock might do it.
She's picked up some quartz before, right? Would that be useful as a power source?
Quartz can hold magical energy. It's not great at it, but it can give you something.
What about the quartz with
bismuth
malachite
help?
through it?
Yeah, that would give you more.
So the quartz with malachite would help. Would the bismuth help?
Bismuth would help more. Yeah, it would definitely help as it's rarer.
Is it just gemstones?
No, doesn't need to just be gemstones. Certain metals have more of a magical lean, like from like bronze to platinum. Like the way they are ranked is by how well they can hold magic, and then going up through mithril, adamantine, zostream, of course, holds the most magic and actually amplifies it as well. That's what makes most magical metals magic, because they amplify magic coursing through them. But other materials, items, things like that can be used for power.
Would the dragon teeth I got help?
Yeah, they'd help a whole lot.
I'll give Gwyn my dragon teeth.
Okay, I will use the dragon teeth then. Yeah, I guess they'll be dragon teeth and lead.
Dragon teeth and lead. Okay. Then breaking down the dragon teeth, using them as a power source. Go ahead and make an artificing check for me.
Okay, and I am also going to use accelerated artificing and advanced rare mineral usage.
Gotcha. And so what are you creating, like necklaces? Are you creating rings? Like what is like the form of this going to be?
I was thinking necklaces.
Gotcha, like
Unless
amulets or pendants?
Yeah, I was thinking like an amulet or a pendant, if I have the materials to make one of them for each of us.
You would probably use up all the materials you have for this construction, at least all the lead and probably the dragon's teeth, but you'd make it pretty good if you can pull it off.
Okay. Then first I will ask the rest of us, is there anything else you might want me to make, or should I just use all the lead we've got on these wards?
I think this is what's important.
Alright.
I think this is it.
Okay. Then I will start artificing. And... Okay, so that's gonna be... And I am going to use a couple of hero points.
Fair enough.
Take two more. Two more rerolls.
2 more rerolls, alright. So that would be plus. Oh my god, simple addition.
That's 4, right?
Yeah, that's 4 plus. So it'd be 12 successes in total with advanced art assessing and rare minerals.
Mm-hmm. 12 successes. Then as you work through the hours, it's about 8 o'clock when you sit back and you've finished. As you've created Gwyn's amulet against detection, dragons, and divination. While wearing this amulet, you can't be targeted by divination effects or perceived through magical scrying sensors or dragons unless you allow it. Instead, any magic or sensor reveals you have traveled far away from your current location on the same plane or on the same dimension.
Wait,
Nice.
And I will be adding that to all of your item inventories as we speak.
and we can protect him from dragons on top of it.
Yeah.
A dragon cannot see you unless you allow it to see you.
Wait, like physically?
Physically, it cannot see you.
Damn.
12 successes!
This is
12!
incredible.
Nice.
Dope.
Watch out, Rustwing.
Yeah.
You won't see us coming.
Well, I mean, we used his teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Watch out, Rustwing Jr.
I was gonna say, the Rustwing's also mega dead right now.
Yeah.
Exactly, he can't see us coming.
Yep, cleaned up that Necromancer's mess.
The amulet worked.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Are there any more like rare materials left behind that I can scour for?
Go and make a physical check.
Okay.
Can I help with this?
Yep, you can give the aid action if you'd like.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yippee. I can't argue for like navigator. No, that's dumb.
No.
Oh wait, shit. Remind me what the aid action does. Benefit
Reroll
one.
dice equal to Jericho's power score, which I believe is 2.
Yeah, 2.
Yippee. I have a power score of 3 because I'm a level ahead of you guys. 2 successes. Ooh.
2 successes. Looking through then, I kind of like going from location to location, smithy to smithy, trying to find anything. You would be looking around and you would actually find in one shop, hidden behind kind of like a false wall, like a small alcove, where someone has hidden a few nuggets of mithril that just gleam. It's not much, maybe like 1/8 of a pound of mithril, Gwyn, but beautiful and gleaming, even kind of under the darkness of the clouds as the rain continues to rumble, as thunder goes in the distance.
Fuck yeah. Okay.
Fuck yeah, rocks!
Yeah, rocks. Let's go. I'll okay. I'm guessing there was no cool weapons left behind. This Bizzle didn't leave behind that Valiant sword, did he?
No, they
He
didn't.
broke it on his way out.
Didn't leave the Valiant sword. However, like all types of basic weapons and armor have been left behind. Like those, like magical stuff, the vendors probably took, as that's expensive. But they didn't have room, likely, in their small carts or even just on the backpacks they had in order to take everything.
Oh,
Can
can
I
I
grab some
grab
light
some
armor,
heavy
please?
armor? Oh, sorry, you go first.
Can I grab light armor?
Sure. Grab a set of basic
Thank
light
you.
armor.
Awesome.
also
That
grab
is
some
10
light
stamina,
armor?
correct?
Yes.
No, wait, I have never mind. I have standard medium armor. I don't need light armor. That's silly.
Can I grab heavy armor?
You can, yeah.
Yes.
You go ahead and you kind of like look through. There's a nice kind of heavy armor set in the corner of one of the shops. Mainly probably in this town like a display piece for people as like, why would you need the heavy armor? As you look at the 150 gold piece price tag on it. You're like, yeah, probably. And then you just loot the armor set.
Do I see a shield?
Yeah, there's a shield.
I'd like to snatch.
Gotcha. Then you can snatch a shield.
Ooh, can I also snatch a shield?
You could, yeah.
Thank
I
you.
guess
That's...
that gives me 1 shield rating.
2.
2! Oh!
2 and an extra armor block. And your speed goes down by additional 10.
That's
Oh shit,
okay.
I am so
That's-
slow. Fuck.
That's okay. That's what happens when you wear.
That's alright.
So,
We do what we need to.
so armor block goes up by 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then my walking
Or basic
speed.
shield.
That is
Is
okay.
there like any potions left behind at the potion shop we were in earlier?
Looking through, most of the potions are taken. However, go and roll a d6 for me to see what they just so happened to drop as they were leaving. Higher the better.
6. It's a 1.
Gotcha. Then 2 heal 1 potions were left.
Something. That's alright. How much does
good.
that heal again, remind me?
10 stamina points.
And stamina, you know, that's better than 0 stamina, so...
Can I get one of those?
Sure, I will give 1 to Jericho.
Okay.
Okay.
Now we have protection from divination and also dragons. So,
And also, daggers.
and daggers.
Just on the off chance it's true, is there anything here that I can repair my gun with?
Looking through, go ahead and make a physical or mental check, up to you.
All right,
Could
I'll do
I
mental.
help him look?
Sure, 8 action.
Okay. Mental. And I can reroll 2? Or
3.
3.
My power
3.
score is 3.
Okay, that's 3 successes.
3 successes. Looking through then, you're able to find some spare bits of metal and material. And you think if you also went, maybe took like half of Gwyn's mithril and then found something that could produce heat in some way, then yeah, you would probably be able to go ahead and repair your weapon.
Okay. When you say produce heat, do you mean just like coal or?
Like something that you could fit into the gun to produce some sort of heat to start the elementrix mechanism to create the flame.
Gotcha.
Like, it had a spark gem in it before. That was what was actually used to create the spark and run the mechanism. But anything that could create the heat could theoretically do it.
Yeah. What was that stuff, Alfie? What was that stuff you were making tea out of earlier?
Sunfire resin. I only have a few ounces of it left.
Do I think that would work?
Yeah, if you took it, yeah.
Do
Would
you
I need all of it?
You probably need, like, at least 2 ounces to do it. The more ounces, maybe the more effective the weapon would be. Stronger the flame.
It would be helpful.
I will hand over all remaining 3 ounces of my sunfire resin.
Gotcha.
Right? I'm gonna try and do it.
Gotcha. Then you can go ahead and make a physical check or a mental check, up to you, to try and repair this weapon.
Okay,
Could
can I
I
get some?
try to repair it?
You certainly can, yeah.
Since I took it
Yep,
apart.
I'll pass it off to Gwen.
And can I use artificing for this?
You may indeed use artificing for this.
Awesome. Yippee.
It's like,
Alright.
If I can help with this, I will, though.
Gotcha. Then you can give the 8 action.
Yep.
I do I do think it's kind of funny how we got the artificer and then the guy said, I'm gonna fix it in front of the artificer.
Gwyn really said, no, baby girl, let me help you with that.
Put a hand on his shoulder, like,
Hey.
it's Evgeny's
We're
here.
gonna break something. Step away.
It's like, I don't get any benefit from learning from taking it apart earlier, do I?
No.
Okay. That's not the right amount of hero points. Okay, 3 successes.
3 successes. That works. As you go ahead and you use half your mithril, so you'd have a 16th now left, as you kind of like put it in, melting some of it down, fixing the mechanisms as you put the sunfire resin in, close up the weapon, and as you go and you test fire, there is a slightly larger burst of flame as you've given this weapon sharp 1 for your efforts now, and it is fixed, Jericho.
Would it have sharp 2 because I use artificing?
It's a magical weapon.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Never mind.
Yeah.
Cool. I will hand
sorry.
it back to Jericho.
Thank you. What happened to it? My headphones are dying.
Damage rating went up by 1 for it. You got
Cool.
sharp 1.
Nice.
And
Thank you very
while
much.
you're here in this forge, you mentioned needing more of a workshop to be able to improve Beatty's necklace more. Do you think you'd be able to?
Oh, could I use some of the mithril for that?
Sure, I'm assuming you try to use like what is left of the mithril to make the upgrade.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Then yeah, you can go ahead and do that. Make another artificing check.
Thank you, Gwyn, for your service today.
Doing a lot of artificer girls today.
As Gwyn is getting to work.
Yeah, I may start to need other people's hero points, by the way, if people have
Oh, I
some.
got you.
I got you, baby girl.
You can take 8 of mine. Wait, shit, don't do that yet. No, don't do that, actually. You can take 4 of mine for 2 rerolls.
You can take 4 of mine for 2 more rerolls.
Alright. 4 successes.
4 successes. Gotcha. You don't have a lot of mithril to work with, and you basically just have like scrap material also. This is ghetto artificing at this point, Gwyn. Like you have like dirt and you just are looking at this necklace and are like, damn it. And as you take your tools and you begin to fiddle with it, it's precise work. It's long work. And at this point, you'd probably have to like, as you start going through the night, making those tiny, minute, fine adjustments as you continue to work with this item. And then as the sun is like rising the next morning and like you take a step back, pulling off your goggles, you've upgraded it to a level 3 necklace with basically just a paper clip and some dust. Like the equivalent for artificing.
Nice. I'll hand it back to Alfie and say, well, it's not exactly my finest work, but I made it a little better with what we've got here.
Thank you.
Next time I'll give it a real proper upgrade.
That would be very appreciated. Maybe we don't have to cut down as many trees.
Maybe. Alright, anything else that people want built right now?
We have probably spent enough time here, unless there's something very, very urgent.
I think it is time for us to progress in our mission.
Then will all of you be heading out?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then as you take your new items, armor, fit it on, are you heading back to the place where you last saw Crackbones?
Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. As you progress then, moving forward through kind of the darkening landscape, you still see outside of Fairfield, farther away, the torches of constant caravans moving from the west. This constant stream of people, but it has trickled now. Less. You can see many of these people look tired, haggard, dirt covering their fur. Just a small glimmer of constant fear and paranoia in the eyes far away as you trudge towards where the hut was. As you go, one step before the other, the rain seems to quell just for a moment as you continue to push into the ever-darkening sky. It's like you're entering the eye of the storm now, Astrana, as Henrietta begins to look around almost nervously. What's going on, Astrana? It's very dark.
It is very dark. Yeah. We have to go into the darkness for a bit, but it'll be okay.
I don't like
We
this.
just gotta... Neither do I. If you sense something dangerous, let me know, okay?
I sense something dangerous.
Okay. Like what?
Big monster.
Okay. Where's the big monster?
Ooh. And you can see Henrietta is just like looking around, eyes kind of boggling.
I think Astrana kind of quietly relays to the group, Henrietta senses some kind of monster somewhere around us.
Can I start scanning the horizon?
Yeah. As you do, ahead at this point, maybe a mile, you can see that there is a hill that really wasn't there before. Black and barren, with the occasional bolt of lightning striking down on it. As you look upon this hill, Alfie, a slight red light tinges the sky, drifting off of it. And from here, Anya, you feel powerful magic, a witch's ritual taking place, spreading out like a plume over the landscape.
It's a witch's ritual. I can feel it. We have to be prepared for anything.
Right. And we have to stop her before it's done.
I double checked that Noxus is loaded.
It's loaded.
Let's see if we can approach quietly.
All of you go ahead and make physical checks.
You use a hero point.
I'll use some hero points too.
I'm gonna use some hero points.
I'm using hero points.
Wasted all our good rolls earlier.
I'm also using hero points.
Fuck. One success
Okay,
for
I
Alfie.
got 2 successes.
One success for Alfie.
I don't suppose because we're trying to kind of blend in, navigate carefully through a forested area, this can count for a skill check relating to, like, nature or weather?
No, this is a skill check, so you guys don't get seen. Yeah.
Does this
Fair, had to
count
try.
Mhm.
as some sort of weather effect?
It does not.
Okay.
So, this is what happens. As all of you move forward, drifting slowly, carefully, as you start to go over the exposed landscape, you begin to approach a circle. A ritual circle with a dead boar, massive in size, strewn out across it as these blood-red crystals rise from black, almost obsidian ground. As the magic spreads out in all directions, Granny Cracklebones has her eyes closed, chanting this vile incantation that makes your stomach twist and churn, Jericho. A violation of magic and divination itself. You feel as the curse spreads out on you. More and more magic floods into the air. And as all of you progress, moving forward, Astrana, you take a step and slip, rocks sliding down the hill after you. As Granny Cracklebones opens her eyes. Hello there. And it is here where we will end the session for today. As all of you can go ahead and take 3 hero points, and Gwyn, you can take an additional 3 for your artificing.
Yippee!
We'll need those, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the session and for the hero points.
Yeah.
No
Yes.
problem.
Did everyone else know that there was going to be a guest star at the start of this? Okay.
Now you're starting to learn about the bigger world that you've been in, walking about blind, not realizing just how deep you are in this. Congratulations, gang.
Thank you. What's my prize?
See, there's so much happening.
There sure is, God bless.
God bless. It's all very wild. But, you know, we wouldn't have it anyway in Tattercoat Knights.
I'm glad our horse lived.
Oh my god, I was so scared for that horse.